My name is Jaime Montero, and I'm an English teacher at Mesa Community College.
To think about these stories and think about what these stories mean and what these stories mean specifically in relation to Chicano culture.
I was born on the American side. I was born in El Paso, Texas, but I grew up on the Mexican side of the border, in Juárez, obviously. Nací en El Paso, soy estadounidense de nacimiento, pero crecí en México. When I think about who's inspired me, I have to think in terms of a whole people. Specifically, it would have to be my parents, and they taught me to go past my struggles and to keep learning and to focus on education. You know, I think of my own family, my wife, and my kids. They inspire me every day. I think of my students. My students, you know, they inspire me. My students are great. The stories they have, they always tell me they have nothing to write about, but then as soon as they start writing, they tell wonderful stories. What I love most about being in the classroom is just the energy that the students give me. Obviously, they take a lot of energy, but they also give me a lot of energy. When I was working at the district for 2 years and I wasn't in the classroom and I wasn't on campus, I missed that. I really like engaging students one-on-one in a classroom, and that's my favorite part of teaching, just walking into that classroom. I graduated high school in El Paso, and we had just moved to El Paso from Juarez. I attended the university there locally in El Paso and then pursued my master's degree at UT Austin. And that was a bit of culture shock for me, but it really reinforced the fact that I loved language. And eventually from there, I started teaching. I've been teaching for close to 30 years now. It's a running gag in the department that I use Sandra Cisneros for every single one of my classes, and it's not far from the truth because it's a small novel, it's very approachable, but there's a lot of material we discuss in terms of the culture. In terms of being a student on the border and my ability with language, again, very unique experience. I learned English when I was 6 years of age, and I never struggled with English. I never struggled with Spanish because it's my native language. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to teach, because I love language. In many ways, I'm still very, very ethnically Mexican. After a few years at MCC, a couple of colleagues approached me and they wanted to know if I spoke Spanish, and of course, I impressed them with my Spanish. They both retired, and I took over the program, and I lead that program to this day. And it's one of the things that I really enjoy doing because I take students to Mexico. And we had one year, he had a roll of toilet paper with him and bottled water because he'd heard that Mexico didn't have bottled water. You shouldn't drink the water. That was 15 years ago. I saw JR a couple of weeks ago, and we were remembering that. We were laughing about it. And then after a few years, I developed, with the help of people from the district, a faculty development program. So I take faculty there. But just like anybody else, they have these conceptions of Mexico. A lot of them have never even been across the border. So I take them to Mexico, and that's also a lot of fun for me to take them to Mexico and show them Mexico City, which is one of the greatest cities in the world, and show them Guanajuato, which is a very small colonial city with wonderful people and a wonderful university, and we have wonderful partnerships, and I enjoy that too. El carrón iba Mariano.